of a nation. This is because they would definitely slide into the shoes of the older generation, be it politics, arts, culture, and other sectors. And talking about culture, Nigerians can beat their chest on that. But can culture and arts be sustained without children and youths? Annie Daniels is set to tell us.
Saying that Nigeria is blessed with several enviable cultures is stating the obvious. And when the need arises, Nigerians do not hesitate to flaunt such endowments. Dance steps and traditional attires are aspects of the nation's culture that cannot be contested with anywhere in the world. There are, however, fears that unless Nigeria's younger generation appreciates her arts and culture, the aforementioned may face extinction.
And in our dance, we tell our stories, individual stories and collective stories as a nation. And if you look, the steps are not too far different from each other. It has to do with where you are located. If you're on dry land, you dance on dry land. If you live on water, your dance reflects the area where you live, your vegetation and all of that.
The children are able to identify their talents and they showcase it and even do as much or even better than the adults.
For instance, Gift Oneke is 8 years old. Her performance on stage held me spellbound. And by the time I engaged her in a discussion, I couldn't help but envy her.
I like dance because it makes me happy and it makes me go around the world. It makes me go so many places I have never been to before. I did not even believe that I will be in front of people dancing and people clapping for me.
Gift is not alone in this.
The dance Malki is about a royal dance from Borno State, danced by the maiden. It's a dance of style, passion.
It's putting food on my table because I started it and it helped me, it helped my mom, it helped everybody, it helped me getting my clothes and everything.
Wondering how this can be sustained? Here it is.
People are really trying to come and invest in this craft of ours and help us show it to the world and let them know that talent really abound here in Africa, Nigeria precisely.
So, but most parents they're trying to be doctors, lawyers, and they don't have flair for those things. They want to be artists. Let them celebrate themselves. Let them live or work, let them learn what and allow them to be what they want to become.
With children like Gifts and Bolaji, as well as cultural enthusiasts on top of their game, Nigeria's arts and culture will surely stand the test of time.
Beautiful. Culture must be passed on from one generation to another. We need to constantly remind ourselves of this. The New Yam Festival in Yagba in Benue State is unique in presentation and philosophy. Charles Abba, who covered the event for Newsline, reports that beyond the yearly celebration of this cultural event, Yagba New Yam Festival represents unity, peace and development, as well as the preservation of Igede as a language in Nigeria. Apologize for that, so we'll bring you that report later. Now, commercial motorcycle operators, popularly called Okada riders, have over the years become important stakeholders in the nation's transportation sector. In this report, Kadijat Akombi brings us into the world of a new set of motorcycle operators who are making waves in Lagos.
They are called corporate commercial motorcycle riders. Unlike the regular Okada riders who appear unkempt, this group of riders are well dressed with protective gadgets for themselves and their passengers.
In case the customer fall down or we fall down together, so the first thing is to protect the head. That is why the helmet is always very, very important, very, very necessary to give it to the customer.
Our speed limit is 50 km per hour. Then if you customer force you to run more than that, you can end the journey.
This group of riders are literate and do not operate without their phones.
Can't operate without phone because most of our jobs is made online.
In as much you can read and write, you are good to go. So that you can be able to read the address, read your location, read and talk to people.
Their charges are different from the regular Okada riders.
The app we use, they used to charge. It depends on the kilometer you get to. It's calculated, it's charged per kilometer.
The riders describe the business as a good source of income.
If you are committed to the job very well, there's no how in a month you cannot make over 200,000.
This has reduced unemployment rates. Like me, I have OND in electrical engineering, so since there's nothing for now, in a day, you don't go up, you go back with 15,000, 10,000.
Some of the passengers speak on why they prefer to patronize them than the regular Okada riders.
They obey the traffic lights. When the lights stop us, they stop. And they don't beat traffic anyhow. They queue on the lane.
They are very calm, they are cool-headed and think they are educated, because those other ones, they are too rough.
We know the traffic situation here in Lagos, and if you want to reach anywhere as quickly as possible, the best means of transportation is taking a bike. You know, if you're going to take transport or maybe private car, it might take you hours.
Yours sincerely also had a feel of the corporate motorcycle ride when our vehicle got stuck in traffic in the course of packaging this report. Believe me, it was a jolly good ride.
Can't wait to take a ride, and modernity is changing all sectors, isn't it? Now back to Yagba in Benue State, where the New Yam Festival is unique in presentation and philosophy. Charles Abba, who covered the event for Newsline, reports that beyond the yearly celebration of this cultural event, Yagba New Yam Festival represents unity, peace and development, as well as the preservation of Igede as a language in Nigeria.
Igede Ihyo is a popular chant that does not only draw attention, it also announces the presence of a cultured person. It means peace. Despite the influence of Western civilization that continues to influence the dying of many cultures, the Yagba New Yam Festival, celebrated among the Igede people of Benue State, seems to build resilience as it seeks to preserve the people's culture. The 2019 edition of the festival, organized by Ominyi Igede in conjunction with the Igede Area Traditional Council, attracted not only the illustrious sons and daughters of the extraction, but also friends and well-wishers to the great cultural event in Oju, headquarters of Oju Local Government Area, Benue State. With this event, eating of new yam or pounded yam can be openly permitted in this part of the country. It is heralded by cultural music, dance, and other forms of cultural displays. President General Ominyi Igede Development Association, Comrade Ben Okwa, says the essence of the festival is to project social, cultural, political, and economic emancipation of the Igede people.
Significant in the sense that it has marked the identity of the Igede nation everywhere in the world.
While yams compete in sizes and varieties, men and women slugged it out on the part of who speaks a better Igede. This is to encourage the preservation of the language. No doubt, the Igede people place premium on yam as the king of all crops, but value is also placed on the sustenance of the traditional attire. The Deputy Governor of Benue State, Benson Abonu, and the Speaker of the State Assembly, Tatus Uba, who were adorned with the Igede special regalia, could not hold back their impressions.
But I am very pleased with the social conduct of the Igede people. We hear a lot of misdemeanor, especially by the youth, all over the state and all over the country. But we hardly hear of terrible things happening in Igede land.
Igede, I want to thank you for this honor that you are giving me on behalf of the Benue State Assembly.
As the celebration continued, it was the wish of the Igede people and indeed visitors who thronged the event that hours of the day be extended. Yagba New Yam Festival is believed to mend broken homes, instill unity and peaceful coexistence, and to reenact communal development programs.
Can now enjoy the new yam after doing the needful. An unusual type of wedding and other touching stories are on the line for your delight. You don't want to miss this. Stay tuned.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
I feel alive, so alive. When I'm with my best friends, indulging my G exotic. Nothing makes my drink more than when the mixer is delightful G exotic. And after a long day, I want to relax with the taste of my G exotic. I love the taste of G exotic. I love the taste of celebration.
I love the taste.
G exotic nectar. I love the taste.
Darling, what's the matter? It's your birthday. Guests are already waiting at the pool.
It's headache, cold, pains all over my body.
Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet contains powerful ingredients specially prepared to bring you fast relief from headache, body ache, cough, flu, cold, and fever. Baby, how are you feeling now?
Wow, I feel great thanks to Cold Time Tablet.
Cold Time Tablet also available in syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet, a quality product from Embassy Pharmaceutical and Chemicals Limited. Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet, your visa to healthy living.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, what's the cause of celebration?
The one time you say your height is the pain, you know, see, I did with my baby car. See, make I tell you, this car that I'm standing in is my car. And if you want with your own, make it stop to the carry your car, I can't find me every time. Don't go buy one promo bag of Dangote cement. There's a scratch card that's inside. If you don't carry that scratch card, you go scratch that scratch card. Anything where you see them, and you go one. Yeah, if you see television there, you go one now. If you see car, you go one. If you see Okada, make I surprise you.
Surprise
you. You get one woman where they sell more for Oshogbo. She want a car. Really? People want man where they Henugu, where be bricklayer. He want a car. Now you want businessman where they for Kano. He want a car. Oh yeah, so go buy your own, make you want a car.
See posters and newspapers for details. Promo runs from the 1st of July to the 30th of September 2019.
Have you heard of African Documentary Festival Foundation? No. Oh, come on. Well, let me tell you, diversity of thought
and culture and religion
and ideas can be the strength of a nation. As we speak, African Documentary Festival Foundation is calling for a 3 to 5 minutes documentary challenge to commemorate the 59th Nigerian Independence Day. Our strength in diversity, retelling the Nigerian story, a partnership for peaceful coexistence and economic growth. Make sure you submit your entries at www.afidff.org on or before 20th September 2019.
Note, screening and award of prizes on both Universal Health Coverage and Unity Project will be carried out on the same day, 26th September 2019. Venue National Center for Women Development, Banquet Hall, Central Business District, Abuja.
Time 10 a.m. prompt, supported by the Nigerian Television Authority.
Hey you! And are you how to talk to? Sabi you now. What's in your mind, Abi? The person with them go help us. Baba Toros and Shangalo. Oganekuva, Mr. Sabi. And you know we carry last for this one. Spirits, let's all pull up. We You sabi say pikin go crawl before him waka. So don't look, no help anybody. No darling, no. So go for it. Go for football. Go for all Syria and La Liga matches live. Go for GoTV Max.
Benin City, the capital of Edo State, played host to who is who in society as an illustrious son of the soil. The Iyase of Benin Kingdom, Chief Sam Igbe, marked his 90th birthday Thanksgiving service in grand style. Jude Aweke reports that the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole, was among dignitaries who were in Benin for the event.
The birthday party in honor of Chief Sam Igbe brought men and women of distinction together, old friends in one handshake. In spite of superficial differences, one notable convergence involved Adams Oshomole of the APC, Governor Baseki of Edo State, and the Esamar of Benin, Chief Gabriel Sawari Benedion. The Iyalode of Lagos, Aisha Bintu Tinubu, and several others. They all joined in thanking God for a man they acknowledged as a custodian of culture. The officiating clergy, Archbishop of the Ecclesiastical Province of Bender, the Most Reverend Friday Maha, praised the celebrant, describing him as a philanthropist, a trailblazer, and a leader of exceptional vision. He urged people in high office to work for the transformation of the society.
He has led his footprints and legacy development of the state and the nation in general.
There was a buzz as Adams Oshomole, Godwin Obaseki, Governor of Edo State, the Speaker Francis Okiye, and the SSG lined up as one and proclaimed peace in the state as requested by the officiating clergy. The Oba delegation to the reception was led by the Obasogi of Benin, Chief Edu Uwe Kato.
I've never wished I was somebody else. I'm happy being myself, and I want everybody to be like that.
Beside every successful man, there is a lady. I want to thank his very amiable and beautiful wife. She's been there for him, she's been there for us.
Huge praises were poured on the celebrant.
You speak to the values of hard work. You speak to the values of commitment, dedication, and believing in a cause. He is an icon. He represents who we truly are.
He is a man of the people, a man you can rely on. He is an epitome of humility and discipline.
Life has been wonderful. Thank God for his life.
I'm wishing that God will give him good health so that he can continue to play that role of mentoring young people.
Chief Sam Igbe, who was once the first commissioner of police in Ondo State, also served as CP in Anambra State before retiring in 1978, age 49. He was made member of the Order of Niger, MON, in 2013. Earlier, it was a rich display of the nation's rich cultural heritage at the family compound of the Nigerian.
90 hearty cheers to the Iyase of Benin Kingdom. We wish him sound health. Sometime last week, I had the pleasure of witnessing a crowded wedding in South Tome. Of course, weddings are expected to be crowded, but this setting was completely different, as you're about to see in this report. As early as 12 noon, brides in wedding dresses and their grooms were spotted on the few routes of the island of Sao Tome. Their early arrival for an event billed for 4 p.m. was a reflection of the excitement the Family Blessing Festival invoked in them. When the hour finally came, 500 couples took over the hall. Although some of them had lived together for years, with children and even grandchildren to show for it, they had never officially exchanged vows or signed the dotted lines. When the Universal Peace Federation showed up with the message of global peace beginning from the family, the couples submitted themselves for blessings. During the interdenominational service, the couples were admonished to show unconditional love to each other and be examples to their children. The imperativeness of godly principles within a family unit was highlighted by the founder, Hagjaran Moon, who officiated the mass wedding. And what is a wedding without good music? And romantic dance steps. The mass wedding, which held on a public holiday, is one of the most remarkable events the island of Sao Tome has witnessed yet. It was a beautiful event I just had to share. Now, love, they say, makes the world go round, and it is a common term that humans throw around. Most people have had cause to say, I love you, to a spouse, parents, children, and friends. How willing are you to sacrifice for those you claim to love? Joyke and Abakwe presented a specific poser to the public, and their responses turned to measure the depths of the four-letter word.
Love, they say, is one of the pillars of a healthy marriage and a force that binds a family. So when a couple gets married, they not only validate their love, but also become each other's responsibility. In other words, they bear each other's burden and make sacrifices for their common good. Naturally, the love they share is extended to the children when they arrive. In fact, parenting is all about going the extra mile. Now, the big question is, to what extent can one go to prove love for a family member?
I'll do anything for my family. Yes, I will.
I can sacrifice my life for my family.
For my family, everything.
I can sacrifice my comforts, my finance, my time. If it means my life, I can give.
I love my mother so much, I can't estimate it.
Impressive. But when push comes to shove, can these words stand? I decided to find out with this question.
This building is on fire, and the firefighter says we can only save one, and you're in that building with your wife, your child, just the three of you, and only one person can be saved, the others will die. Who would it be?
I have lived up to a certain extent, and then the child hasn't, so I'll save my child. It will be my child.
My child should survive.
Let my child live.
Wow, it's heartwarming what parents are willing to sacrifice for their children. But are the children willing to return the favor?
To be honest, though, I'll save myself first. Because them, they have actually lived life sometime. Me, I'm still young. I still have dreams ahead.
The rest are above 50. Me, I'm still like in my early 20s. So, yeah, I would rather leave that place and save myself.
Me first, because God created me. I don't come with my mother. I'll just be honest, I'll be blunt about it.
Save me now. They're actually aged, right? So they're almost done with their race on earth.
If I'm to make the choice, I'll save myself.
Did I hear someone say children are selfish? Well, not all. Hear what these ones have to say.
My mom, this is my mom we're talking about. She carried me for good 9 months. So
Moms carry their children for 10 months or more than. So why won't I save my mom, my lovely mom?
I'll save my parents because they are more important to me.
And what about these adult respondents?
I'll save my wife.
The decision to sacrifice one's life for another is based on true love. After all, it is said that there is no love greater than to lay down one's life for another.
I'm tempted to ask, Becky, who would you save?
Just threw me under the bus. Well, they say loving yourself is the greatest love of all. So I guess you know my answer. Moving on, she was only 6 years old when her mother quit the home front for undisclosed reasons. Her dad was left to cater to her and 2 siblings. One would expect that being a single parent by default, he would be extra protective of his minors. Ironically, it came as a shock to many after she accused him of taking advantage of her innocence, with the ultimate proof to show for the allegation. I'll stop here for Adeni Taiwo in Ogun State to narrate the sordid story.
2 times. I don't really know. But I don't really know. I don't know. I never know. That day I was drunk.
That's Emmanuel Ikini, a 52-year-old indigenous of Edo State, confessing to having carnal knowledge of his daughter at number 6, Yanuwara Street, Joju area of Songo in Ogun State, where he resides with his 3 children, including the victim, who incidentally is his only daughter. The suspect is alleged to have divorced his wife in year 2006 when the victim was barely 6 years old. The girl, who is now 19 years old, looks frail and vulnerable. Her worst nightmare began when she was 9 years in 2009, 3 years after her mother left home and never returned.
She divorced me 2006.
Since I was 9 years old, that I started sleeping with me. I'm 19 years old now. He said if I tell anybody, it's going to kill me.
When she could no longer bear the sexual assault by her father, despite threats not to reveal the affair between them to anyone, the victim confided in their neighbor, who reported at the police station, and the suspect was arrested.
And on interrogation, the suspect made a confessional statement that he actually did it. And that guy in question happened to be, he has a twin brother. And the guy said whenever his twin brother and the other younger brother of her is not around, that was the time the man always have his way.
The culprit, who is now in police net, regretted the action.
I confess myself under heaven, under earth, before God. It's not good.
Sadly, the victim is pregnant, as a pregnancy test conducted on her at the General Hospital confirmed this. This unfortunate development is worrisome, and the suspect is equally troubled, describing his action as a taboo.
My please, it's a cause, and there's sacrifices we should do for me and my daughter for life, so that you sacrifice, even if I die, so that when they do that sacrifice, it will affect the girl for life.
Meanwhile, the Ogun State Commissioner of Police, Bashir Makama, has ordered that the suspect be transferred to the State Anti-Human Trafficking and Child Labor Unit of the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for further investigation and prosecution, while the victim remains with Anti-Human Trafficking and Women and Child Protection Unit of Ogun State Police Command.
I want to deliver the baby. I don't want to die if I remove the baby. He has become beloved father to us, apart from what he did to me.
Our decision to have the baby, however, raises questions, begging for answers.
Well, if found guilty, the man will be made to pay for the abomination. We will update you on that case. Apart from wrinkles and change in body posture, gray hairs signify aging. But then, studies reveal that gray hairs may not totally translate to age. Umo Etim Udo has more.
Graying of hairs has no respect for any head and needs no invitation card to attend to you. It is a guest for both the young and old. Thus, graying of hairs attract diverse interpretation from people who have it and even from those who do not. What are the defining attributes of gray hairs?
The gray hair
conjures and confers on me a lot of personality.
I don't have control of it. It's a blessing from God.
Gray hair is associated with wisdom. So I feel God has delighted in me to have given me gray hair.
I always feel so happy having gray hair. Just like Proverbs says that hair is a crown of glory. So it makes me look, it distinguishes me from my friends, and I'm always proud of it.
I feel great. I feel great because in any place I find myself, people recognize me.
When it comes as a result of old age, it looks normal. But it is curious for people with gray hairs who are comparatively young. That curiosity necessitated finding out from those with gray hairs how they feel about themselves.
About 10 years ago, when this came up, my wife was not comfortable. She said I would look old and that they should be seen as marrying an old person.
It's okay, it's good on my age. I'm 62. Okay. Yeah, so I'm supposed to have it.
I'm very proud of it because it's very natural. Some people say it is because of old age. It is not like my own, you see. It is very, I was born with it. No matter it came out as one strand, but naturally. In fact, I am looking for a way. However, the whole thing will be very whitish. That will be my pride.
So how about darkening of gray hairs with artificial substances?
There are chemicals you apply on your hair. It can destroy the hair follicles. Those are the cells that produce hair, and you can cause hair loss. It can even destroy the scalp also. It can burn the scalp. You can have chemical dermatitis or burns, chemical burns on your scalp.
The medical expert says of the 4 possible causes of graying of hairs, which include old age, malnutrition, disease and hereditary factors, old age and hereditary factors are irreversible.
However, there are other causes of gray hair. Malnutrition is top on the list, especially vitamins and micronutrients. Vitamins that are involved in growing, or lack of vitamins involved in growing, include vitamin B complex, a micronutrient known as biotin, and pantothenic acid. These are crucial micronutrients that are involved in hair growth.
Indeed, at whatever age graying of hairs pays you a visit, just take it that you are old enough for wisdom, yet young enough for enterprise. Allow nature to have its way. If you are not young in the hairs, you can be young in the hearts.
The world of gray hairs is simply a situation of different strokes for different folks. They say some spend money to have it, others spend money not to have it. But whatever divide you belong, you can still look as beautiful or amazing as you are.
Thanks for that interesting piece, Sumo. More reports will come after this timeout. Stay on the line.
In Nigeria, there is one sound we need to silence. So let's silence toothache before it starts with Oral-B All-Round Protection. Its advanced technology helps prevent both tooth holes and gum problems that can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your teeth, giving them all-round protection. Because the only sound we really want to hear is that of our future. For healthier, stronger teeth in 1 week.
Imagine a luxury peak breakfast on top of the world in Dubai.
To Dubai. Collins! But enough big milk. Dubai, here we come!
To be one of the 20 lucky people going to enjoy a peak breakfast in Dubai, buy peak milk and collect your scratch card to redeem your instant win. Fill your details and return. Everyone's a winner. So keep on buying your peak milk and keep winning. Valid while stocks last. Reach for your peak.
Hey, you! And are you how they talk to? I sabi you now. It's in your mind, Abi. The person with them go help us. Baba Toros and Shangalo. Oganekufa, Mr. Sabi. And you know if we carry last for this one. And spirits the top pull off. We Sabi say Peking will crawl before in waka. So don't look, no help anybody. No dolly, no. So go for it. Go for football. Go for all Serie A and La Liga matches live. Go for Go TV Max.
How did I get here? It all started shortly after I graduated from MSTC, the Model Skills Training Center, with a certificate in ICT. I successfully developed a data management program that has been called the software of the future. Thanks to its success, everyone wants it, and as you can see, now everyone wants me. But I'm not alone. The skills training programs at MSTC are equipping young Nigerians to become the next big success story. Whether it's ICT, mechatronics, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, or culinary studies, a certificate at MSTC is the way of the future. And just like me, there he is. Everyone will want you to.
ITF, developing the nation's human resource.
They are there at the crack of dawn. They are there busy preparing while we rise for our day. They are there silently, guarding, waiting, listening, and watching. They are there ready in the sky above and the waters below, in the blistering heat of the day, in the dead of night, willing, indefatigable, determined in the defense of the sovereignty of our country. They are our first line of defense and our last. They who have paid the ultimate price in defending us. They are fathers and uncles. They are mothers and sisters and girlfriends and boyfriends. They are brothers and cousins and best friends and neighbors. They are classmates, colleagues, and citizens of this nation. They are our defenders and deserve our respect, our prayers, our thoughts. Nigeria, please support our armed forces.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Please, did you hear that?
Of course I did. That is village master tune.
So, Auntie Amebo was not gossiping then?
Village master is celebrating 50 years.
50? Already? This is not a joke.
It is a national celebration. NTA and village master family are commemorating 50 years.
Hey, please, tell me, when is our golden jubilee?
It is from the 8th to 11th of October 2019.
I have to go and get ready. It's time to party.
Women, but we men will be there too.
Welcome back. Owning a plot of land in the city is usually the dream of an average Nigerian, although this requires some form of capital. McDowell's, manufacturer of gunners, has set the pace for other brands through her national consumer promo that has made about 15 customers from across the country landowners in Lagos State. Amaka Owo tells us more about the unique brand and the ongoing promo.
Bukola Ogunleye and Isaac Antawa are the latest friends of Mr. Dowell's, who have become landowners. They were presented with deed of assignment and other land allocation documents to own a plot of land, each at Ibejuleki axis of Lagos.
Transferring title to the land to Mr. Antawa as a winner of a plot of land in Lagos.
I saw the panel, scratched it, sent the code, and forgot I even did something like that. Only for me to get a call after a week and some days. That's like a miracle.
I was so happy because 50 years to this time I don't even think about getting land to that place. So I'm so happy.
One of the estates that our winners today have won is called Brooksville Courts. It's a fantastic estate that is located at the heart of Ibeju town, in Ibeju main town. It has a governor's consent title, free from government encumbrances.
No other brand than the Mr. Dowell's You Don't Win Land unique promo gives consumers this unique opportunity. The promo is open to consumers from ages 18 and above. Legal Director and Company Secretary encourages the brand's numerous consumers to participate in the ongoing promo by looking out for silver panel on the bottle of Mr. Dowell's #1 whiskey. Scratch the panel to reveal the unique code and send short code to 40002 to qualify for the weekly draw.
We have winners from Lagos, from Warri, Kano, Onitsha, Abuja, and Umuahia. So amongst these 15 already, we have them from all over the country. And this reflects the market spread of Mr. Dowell's. It reflects the fact that that spirit of friendship cuts across the country.
There are quite a number of other consolation prizes that you could win during the course of the process. The more you put in your entry, the higher the chances that you could win something the more.
The promo is believed to reposition consumers for financial security and comfort in the true spirit of friendship.
Congrats to the new landowners. Enthroning qualitative health care in order to discourage medical tourism is among reasons the federal government is upgrading and establishing specialist hospitals with modern facilities to undertake even delicate surgical procedures. The Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, is one of several health institutions elevated to meet the objective. Now, the hospital has proven its worth with its first brain tumor surgery successfully performed on a 57-year-old man. Anthony Gandono reports.
Behind me is the theater where the operation was performed on a 57-year-old Sunday Ogunkola at the Federal Medical Center, Idiaba, Abeokuta. Bamidele Adebayo and Adetumbi Babatunde are medical graduates of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, and are employees of the Federal Medical Center, Idiaba, Abeokuta, whose expertise in neurosurgeon was put to test and bearing all circumstances achieved a medical feat. As consultant neurosurgeon, they completely removed tumor from the brain of a 57-year-old transporter, Sunday Ogunkola, in an operation that lasted 8 hours.
It was a little bit of a challenge because it was the first one in the hospital. And as you know, if you're doing something for the first time, you have challenges of familiarity with the procedure and people knowing what to expect at every stage of the surgery. And also because it's a center that is just starting for the first time, we didn't have everything, as it were, like you will have in a developed nation to do the surgery.
Definitely not the first one. I've been handling brain tumor in many centers, many places before coming down here. We note that primarily I trained in Lutz, so where my bosses are, and I've been working with them, and as a specialist, and also I've been doing that also. So why this is so loud is because it's the first of its kind in Ogun State and in FMC Abeokuta.
Although he has been discharged from the hospital, the patient believed his condition was as a result of self-treatment over time.
What I could see is that they are performing well. If there is any mistake to my personal side, though, I will not hide it. I prefer to tell them in case of another person, not my own they have done.
While the well-to-do in the society seek medical treatment outside the shores of Nigeria, the Federal Medical Center Idiaba Abeokuta is boastful of not only standard facilities as provided by the present administration, the medical personnel are second to none.
That was an amazing feat by those surgeons and indeed a breakthrough for Nigeria's health sector. We can't but mention this wedding. Nigeria's rich culture was on display at the traditional wedding of Tasha Momo and Olufemi Akinyelure in Lagos recently. Annie Daniels, who witnessed the funfair-like wedding for Newsline, says the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, was in attendance at the Intertribal marriage ceremony.
Entrance of the brides and groom's parents into the hall heralded the commencement of the wedding. Followed by by the groom and his friends. And the beautiful bride, Chasha. The hall depicts touch of class and the day's mood. It was a roll call of who is who in the society, including Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, former President Goodluck Jonathan, politicians, captains of industry. The list is endless. The bride, Chasha Momo, is from Edo State, while the groom, Femi Akinyelure, is from Ondo State. So, it was no surprise that traditions of both states were fully on display.
The one is union, the one you have ordained in the name of Jesus. As our daughter is going to this family today, let the family be blessed in the name of Jesus.
We pray that God will make his peace shine upon Olufemi and Chasha and be gracious unto them.
Life is an amazing human being, and I don't think I could have ever wished for a better wife. I pray to God for a fruitful marriage.
Femi is a lovely person, very caring, very kind, very patient.
The traditional wedding between Chasha and Femi is one that will remain memorable in the minds of everybody here.
Chasha and Femi needs to be truthful to themselves. They need to articulate what they want to do and discuss it among themselves. And
I miss her incredibly, already do. I'm going to miss her, and I pray that they just remain in love and in God.
One thing about marriages is this: whoever is going to advise you want to tell you what you want to hear. You can settle that matter, the kind of difference you have within yourself. You need about 24 hours to get rid of that issue.
She should be forgiving, and she should love her husband's family. And I pray for her that God will bless her marriage. She will have lovely and beautiful children.
Let's see them cut their cake.
Femi!
What a lovely couple. Congrats to them. We're winding down. Please stay tuned for the last lap. Stories of people taking the lives of others have become fairly commonplace globally, and many are forced to ask, what has happened to the sanctity of life? Ifoma Okafo has more on how insensitivity is gaining familiarity.
The media is commonly awash with reports of killings and decapitation from different corners of the world. Some come from terrorist attacks, while others involve farmers and herdsmen or boundary clashes fueled by hunger for land. Some killings are so mindless they can only have been produced by deranged minds. The current horror story in Edo State, a community in Ovia North, is that of the slaughtering of a daughter-in-law, a grandmother, and 7-month-old great-granddaughter, all belonging to the family of Mande Omeregbe, the Odewere of Igwadolo. The people alleged that the killing was the result of a lingering boundary dispute between Ighodalo and Ihogwa.
Cleric is killing everybody. We are dying with the use of the Ighodalo. We are dying. No use remain again. All a battle house killing. Little children, 3 people at a time.
That is your Kagele. Say now back give us your Kagele. Say nobody go feel move on. Say now back now you give us your Kagele.
Government, men help me. I don't get mother again. I don't get sister again. Now let me want call remain where my father come go. Very can boy they don't kill my people. Finish for this community now.
The alleged mastermind of the killings is reported to be at large.
No arrest was made, but the useful information has been given to the DPO and his men, and they are working with it. Very soon, we will get the result, and we will make it public.
Some people, however, still believe that life is sacred and nothing can justify the killings.
That was a very gruesome one. I hope the police will get to the bottom of it. And life is sacred. No one has the right to take it. And that's Newsline this week. Do join us next week for another fabulous package. Thanks for being part of it all. Up next is Alibaba Seriously, and he's still not around, but he has sent someone who's going to make it delightful. Yo. Of Wazobia. I'm thinking, are you going to speak a bit of Pidgin English today?